All right, Thunderbirds, here we are. I'm sorry about the intro not playing. I don't know what happened to the sound on it. It should have been there. Let me share the show right quick. Then I got about a ton of grease on my face. I see that much. Uh, for me. Okay. All right. Let me share post. Let everybody know we are live here. And because the regular tape didn't play, I had to stop it. Join now. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I got no now. Join. I can't even spell join. I see you have already. Mary is in the studio. Thanks, Mary. All right. And let me bring in the other host for tonight so that I can get to sharing here. We got the heartbeat of the South. The heartbeat as well. Tim Harrington. Hey, Tim.
Hey, how you doing, Mama? How you doing, Mary?
All right. We got the mouth of the South, Jenny Hill from Alabama. She'll be in a minute. She got two yellow
All right.
bars, so I don't know if she's going to get connected or not. Jen, if you can hear us, I think you really better go back on that telephone because you are frozen. You're not getting any reception in the studio, okay? All right, so uh, let me try to send her a private chat. Let
Okay.
her know to go back in on, get back on her phone.
All right. All right.
At least we could hear her. I'm telling her she's frozen
Yeah.
and no bars.
Yeah. We got a lot. We got a lot going on today. A lot going on.
Okay. Well, you know you gonna get the you gonna get to start us out then. All right.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so let me just say what's the word Thunderbirds. Hey Mary, thanks for watching. And I'm gonna share now to the truth and let everybody know that we are alive and there. So and Paul from Canada, Eveready Ernestine, that was magnificent, Mary. Okay.
All
All
right.
right, Mary, you're getting another sin. Sybil and DJ Second Son, come on in. Okay. All right. That's pretty much all the ones. See Sandra, sassy Sandra. So she likes to keep up with them sometimes. Okay, I
Okay.
think Jen gonna try to come back in on her phone. Okay, let me see
o-
if she did that. I think she saw. I think she saw my message. Okay, Jen. All right, you're in now. We can see you now. Can you hear us? Jen, you have frozen. You back to yellow bars. You're gonna have to get back on your phone. You have to get back on your phone. That's gonna be better for you. Now your
In and
phone is
out.
gonna work better because you're breaking out and you're frozen. So you need to do your phone if you can. All right. Okay. I'm taking you out of the studio until you can get back on your phone. Go out and come back in on your phone. Okay. All right, Tim. Let's get this motorcycle cranked up.
Okay. Okay. We got a lot going on today. I guess we'll start with the U.S. judge orders release of redacted affidavits in Leo's search by Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I thought it was supposed to be at noon today. They
it must
changed
have
it.
been. Yeah, they had to change it. I got it off of the news line headlines.
Okay. Okay. They must have
Okay.
delayed it then. Okay.
Okay. I
Well,
want to say, yeah, yeah. I want to give a salute to Scorpio. They passed the bill for Camp Lejeune for the families that had stayed there. I think it was from 70 all the way up to 1999. They had toxic waters. Um, and they say at least about 900,000 people is what they estimated that has been exposed while they were
Yeah.
staying on those Camp Lejeune.
Were you there?
I was not. I was not. I believe that's more of Army. I think that
Oh,
followed them.
okay.
Yeah, and they had a lot of toxins and whatnot in their water.
Yeah, I
Uh,
had been hearing that on the news and also the
yeah,
commercial. They want people to
yeah,
go ahead and file a complaint.
right, right.
Let them
Yeah,
know that.
so
Yeah.
yeah, it's all over the news right now, and it's a sad situation because you're talking about almost 1 million people that they estimated to be affected by that. Um, but I
Yeah,
do
well,
take my hat off.
and the injuries and sickness and illnesses has already occurred in their bodies, and a lot of
Exactly,
them have probably already died. All right, Jen
exactly.
has returned to us
Okay.
with a cell phone. There
Okay,
she goes.
okay.
That cell phone works better because you didn't have any connection from your laptop in the studio.
I
Yeah, so
know.
we can see you.
I can
We
hear
hear you
you
now.
now too.
Okay, great, great. And so Tim is on his segment right now, and
Okay, okay,
he's go ahead, Tim.
okay. Well, the next segment that I got, they short and sweet. They're not a long segments. The Texans who perform
Well, you gotta
abortions.
give some facts before you wait, wait. You're going too fast. We need to take one at a time
Okay,
so we can talk back and forth.
okay, okay. Sorry about that.
Okay,
So
your first one, he just got so much news to share. What was that first one again about?
the U.S. judge.
Your very first thing.
Yeah, it was the U.S.
Oh,
judge.
okay.
The judge orders
Mm-hmm.
release of the redacted affidavits in Leo's search by Friday. That was the first one.
Oh, the judge. Oh, that was his decision that came down today. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
came
well, it's
down
gonna be
to.
so. We kind of talked about that. It's gonna be so blacked out that we
Yeah,
won't
I
be
was
able
thinking
to
the same
see
thing.
nothing but lines. What's your take on that,
Yeah,
Jen?
um, we, we knew something was going to happen last week. About that we thought they would just black everything out. We wouldn't get to see what was in it, and now they made another. They put it off again. They found another way
Yeah,
to do it.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's expected.
You know,
That's expected.
about 75 to 80% of the nation is upset about that too. So
Oh yeah.
That's why they try to keep taking so long to try
yeah,
to see what they didn't cover their tracks on. As far as I'm
Well,
concerned.
all of this is about trying to cause civil war. That's not going to happen because what's wrong with that? Good, smart, common sense people are living on this planet. They're not going to cause civil war, so they might as well just give it up and
Yeah.
move forward here.
Yeah, we said that last week. If when you're in a card game, if you're ready to win, you ready to show your hand fast, right? If
yeah,
you got the winning hand. So, we talked about that. They slow showing their hands, so that means that they must be in the wrong. Because when you're in the right, you show your hand.
Well, I
And
told you this was a distraction. It was a distraction. They're busy doing other things behind the scenes that we don't even know about yet. But
oh,
it's
that's
coming.
true. That's
It's
true.
coming.
All right, Tim, and your Camp Lejeune was next.
yeah. The families that stayed at Camp Lejeune, I believe it was from the 1970s all the way up to the 90s.
Really,
Um, they
87
have a
up to
civil lawsuit.
1987. Yeah.
Yeah, Scorpio has approved that they get
Well, how
monetary.
much did they get?
They didn't say. The only thing that I got
Uh,
the info was it was like 900,000 people is what they estimated.
yeah, but a lot of there's this firm that's been advertising on TV that's been having people call them. The lawsuit is already filed against them.
Right.
So I mean, just signing a bill now still won't protect from the lawsuit, because the lawsuit was filed before this. You know what I'm saying? Before you
That's true.
sign
Yeah.
something on the paper. So you
Right.
whatever damages they asking for, that all you
Gonna
doing
have
is
to go up.
reinforcing that, yeah, y'all gave them folk poison water.
Yep. Yep. That's
Yeah.
what I thought
That's
too. I
good.
said,
Yeah,
man, I
yeah.
agree.
That's a
Yeah.
certification. So thank you for the
Yep.
Yeah.
certification, Scorpio. Well, I
Yeah.
tell
Yep.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
what. I tell you what. I heard this, and
Okay.
as a lot of people got different views on this, because, but for me, it was a strategic distraction. Is what Jim refers to them as, and Scorpio is forgiving up to $20,000 in student loan debt.
Yeah. Yeah.
People that make $125,000 or less. But now, hold on a minute, because it's going to be objected to and appealed on, so it's not final yet. But
Right.
what I will say is this: is that um, a lot of Democrats and a lot of independents he'll probably pull some of those votes from there, because a lot of people still owe student loan debt, and y'all just
Yeah.
don't realize how the government harassed you when you
Yes.
owe student loan debt. You got grandmothers and parents assigned for these kids. Some of them, when they finished college, they couldn't find the job that the college promised
Yeah.
them. And therefore, in my
Right.
opinion, I think that if they did not get a job, that's anybody and everybody, I don't care what your age is. If you went to college, you got a loan and repayment, but you have to pay back, and you've been deferring it and deferring it and deferring it because you ain't been able to pay it. If they did not give you
Yeah.
the job that you were supposed to be qualified for when you got out of college, because that's their college, the university's job, is to have a job placement for you when you get your degree.
That's
And
true.
back as far as 20 years ago or so, when I got out, they did not do that.
Right.
They only did it for their favorite people. And they
Mhm.
really did not do it for minorities and people of color at all. So basically, because when I got out, I graduated cum laude in my English class and laude in my graduate school. Now, they should have placed me in the job.
Yeah. No
But
doubt.
they would send me on rinky dinky interviews where they knew that I wasn't gonna get hired in the beginning, in the first
Right.
place.
Yeah.
They even sent me to the NAACP, and that's when I really blew my top. They sent me to the NAACP office there for me to apply as a secretary
Oh
to
Lord.
the head of the NAACP woman at that time. I'm not gonna call her name. She was a black African American woman. But do you know, even for something, I was overqualified. First of all, right? I got a
Yes.
BA in English.
Yes.
I've graduated. This was after I graduated my BA in English. So you're sending me on a secretarial interview position. I got a BA in English, right? All right, I'm
Mhm.
already overqualified.
Right.
But what really pissed me off, and excuse my P word, what really pissed me off was the woman was African American. I
Yes.
made 100 on the typing test.
Okay.
That because see, when I type, I know when I make errors and I don't make errors, right? But at that
Right.
time, you didn't have computers. We had a typewriter, and you can
Right.
actually see your errors. So
Yeah.
I had 100% on the typing test. And at that time, I was typing about 90 to 100 words a minute. Do
That's
you
a
know
lot.
that American woman president of the NAACP declined me, passed me over for a Caucasian woman? So you see, there was a lot of disparity
Right.
going on when people got out of college, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, for people of color that did not get jobs as they were promised by these universities. Now,
Okay.
so I'm saying strategic Strategically, yes, he probably can. Scorpio can pull some votes from those people because that's going to help give them a sigh of relief because they hound you, they hound you, they hound you, they call you, they email, they send you letters. It's harassing. So on the other hand, Republicans are saying, well, no, I paid for my degree and it's not fair for somebody to get free money and they get to pay for that. They get their college degree paid for, and I had to work 2 or 3 jobs and pay for mine. But look, the difference is Republicans. Now, y'all know me. I'm for the right. I don't care if it's Democrat, and I'm for the right. I don't care if it's Republican. But the difference here is this. Y'all got the jobs that y'all were supposed to be getting when y'all got out of college. Caucasian Republicans, okay? But I'm talking about a disparity here on people of color and other races that did not get these jobs, but they were qualified to get, and many of them, I know I had many friends, myself included, that were not even sent on interviews for the good jobs. You know what I'm saying? Not for the good jobs where you could make that money to pay back your student loan. If I'm qualified to make $50,000 a year in 1999, why are you sending me on a $7.15 an hour job interview? You see what I'm saying? That's the kind of stuff that was going on.
You can't say all Caucasians got it because I didn't either.
Well, and you see what I'm saying?
You know, I've got.
Okay,
you
so
know,
you got your IT degree, right? You got your IT degree. They did not offer you an IT job, did they? So you see what I'm saying?
I was an honor student.
Yeah, and they didn't offer you an IT job. So you see what I'm saying? Because of the disparity, a lot of people will go ahead and vote for him, for Scorpio, because of this gesture. I'm sorry, Republicans. Yeah, you know, hey, I mean, it's the Game of Thrones, right? They pull a nice strategic move. But it was still nice. In politics, it's a strategic move. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just wanted to throw that in there. But Tim, that was my segment right there. So Tim and Jen, I'm just gonna feedback off of you and Jen. And I think Tim had one more, I think, and then we're gonna turn it over.
Yeah, I got one more. The Texans. I have been threatened with life imprisonment if they perform abortions, plus $100,000 fine.
With the doctors?
That's the only people I know that do it.
That's
yeah, but you know the audacity for them to do that, life in prison.
Yeah. Well, you know, here's the deal. It became law in Tennessee today too. And the only exception is in the case of the life of the mother. And that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, so let me set a scenario for y'all. So let me set a scenario. You know, Pearl's politics is fun. So Jen, if I get raped and I get pregnant at 73,
okay, we could go with this.
and I can't. They telling me, Jen, in my state of Tennessee, that I cannot get an abortion unless it's gonna kill me. Well, I can tell you right now, at 73, my body cannot produce labor. The labor itself will kill me.
Right.
You know, so I'm just saying, because it may not be so funny. The reason being is because some women in their 60s are like, if they're 60 or 61, they might still be having their cycle. See what I'm saying? But if they still having their cycle and have not gone through menopause, then, and some people go through menopause state. Some women don't start menopause until maybe 63 or 64. They
Yeah.
still having their cycles, you know. So if they get raped and they they have a pregnancy from this rape, you got to tell this 60-year-old woman that she got to have this criminal's baby. Does that make sense?
Not a lick of sense at all.
Jen, what do you think about that?
I'm on my compassion says that it's so freaking wrong. But then my faith tells me that God created this baby, whether it be out of strife or love. That baby was created for a reason. So, you know, like it's a very hard issue to be rock solid with. It really is.
Yeah.
My faith and my heart says, you know,
just say, if that woman wanted her, if she wanted the choice, though, at 60 years old, come on now, how's she gonna raise a child at that age? And then if she's a victim of a crime of rape, then if that woman had wanted that choice,
that's where I believe it is the woman's choice. But you know, like I said, there's so many fine lines to cross here because, you know, there's girls today are using it as birth control, and that's just wrong. I don't care who you are. Now, in a situation of a rape, you know, there's so many fine lines to cross there, and you have to figure out, are you going to go with your compassion for the person or with your faith that says it's wrong because there's a reason for that baby to exist? You know, all babies to me, babies are God's gifts. I turned 38 and had my Lexi. You know, I could have went, oh my God, I'm too old for this. And trust me, I lost a lot of friends because of that. And I'm like, screw your judgments. You know, God gave me this baby for a reason, and here she is. Driving me crazy right now, but you know, it was a gift from God.
All right.
Well, yeah, life. I agree that life is a gift. Our life is a gift.
Yeah.
But because we are living in an advanced universe of 2022, where there are particular things that can happen that can come up unexpectedly by no fault of your own.
Right.
I'm not. I mean, I me myself, if that happened to me, I wouldn't even be able to make a decision on it. I cannot really say what I would want to think about it. But I'm just doing a hypothetical situation. Right. Because as I said, some women that are 60 years old are still on. They still have their cycles, which means that they can get pregnant still. And you know, and these criminals, some of these perverts out there, they love to attack older women and rape them because they're sick.
Yeah. Well, here's another scenario too. What, you know, they're growing babies in test tubes. Why can't they transplant the baby to another uterus? You know, another womb to save the baby and save life. That's not abortion. That's a transfer. We have the technology, and if they say we don't, they lie.
That's the idea, Jan.
Yeah. See, why kill the baby when there are other options?
Right. Why don't you have some options other than unless it affects the life of the mother? That's stupid.
Well, see, there are plenty of options, but see, the main deal here is about it. It's the same as racism and religion. They created these barriers to cause divide and chaos among the people so they can hopefully get them fighting against each other, which makes a deep state win. I keep telling people, speak up for your rights, have your faith, have your common sense, and stop this right at the butt. I mean, oh my God, they keep creating these scenarios and nobody's speaking about the other options.
Yeah,
because they don't want you
to.
Yeah,
right.
And I agree with you on that.
Watching Ernestine and Mary are here.
Okay, I agree with you on that because here's the thing: this is more than about the abortion. This is the line that the government crossed. This was
Mm-hmm.
them making their
And
statement.
the government shouldn't have no
We
part
are
in it.
now
That's a
really
personal
going to
issue
make
among.
choices with you or
Yeah.
without you. And they're
Yeah.
backing it up to the point that they're giving people life in prison. This is way more important than about the babies and the mothers. It really is. Because never have we seen the government cross the line like that.
Yeah, we have.
You know what I mean?
We seen them
Yes,
cross the
we
line
have.
when they
The
done.
government.
One of the very first things they did was try to create a non-smoking world, and they have done that. Um, it's left up to the person if they want to smoke, you know. And then so they thought that was gonna make people stop smoking. Well, it didn't. So
Right.
then they said, well, okay, people still smoking, so let's make let's make the cost of a pack of cigarettes $6 or $7. They thought that was gonna stop people smoking. Well, it didn't. People are still smoking. So
Yeah.
that is not the first time. This is the first time when they began crossing these lines like that. Whereas they button in your personal life.
Yeah.
That's a personal choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
You know, it's kind of like slapping the hand of a child. Excuse me, you're not my mom or my dad. You know, don't slap my hand.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
see, but to see that do this by design. You know, it's the same thing with big pharma. I don't know if I won't say that again. We'll say big P. Okay. But it's the same thing with them. They created the medications based on petroleum, right? Which causes cancer and other diseases. Then they make more medicines to make you feel better temporarily. You
But
know,
look at all the side effects they
and
announce
the
on the
one,
TV commercial. Every
huh?
single medication on the commercials, when they run these medication commercials,
Uh-huh.
you know, for every kind of medication that's on the medication list, there's so many different side effects. And some of the
Yeah.
side effects they'll tell you may even cause death. And you be
Yes.
like,
And
but why
then,
would I want to take that?
and
It may
then,
cause death.
and then on top of that, so they create the medicine that causes the problem. They create the medicine that's supposed to help you or cure you or treat you. And then they make naturalists who people have been surviving with for thousands of years, who, because God gave us everything we needed on this earth to help us,
That's
heal us,
true.
and make us happy.
That's
Okay.
true.
Then they call them kooks.
But they can call
And
me a
me.
cook all they
Okay.
want because
Let me tell you
I
what.
take my whorehound candy to get rid of the worms that come out of the processed food that we have to eat. And that's an old 200-year-old remedy. And thank God I can still buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because that processed food have worms. And do you notice how fast a lettuce will spoil in your refrigerator? Now, I
One
used to keep
day,
a lettuce.
I know. I'm a
One day,
lettuce eater. I love my salads, and I can't keep
I
ahead
used
more
to,
than a day.
I know,
Bananas
and I
too.
used to keep, I used to keep a head of lettuce at least a
Yeah.
week.
A week.
Now
Right.
Yes.
Not in
salads
the
for a
morning.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Now one
bananas
day,
are the same way.
bananas the same way, Tim.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stuff that you could put, stuff that you could live off of, that you could put in your refrigerator,
Right.
Yeah.
that would at least last you a week, so you would have, as we would say, some tea and groceries and grits and stuff
Right.
to eat and
Right.
live off of.
Yeah.
Now the stuff spoils in one day in your refrigerator.
Yeah.
What kind of business is that? That's just too much processing. There's too much processing, and when you and
Well,
when you leave that food out like that,
Hang on a
it
second.
automatic
Go
it
ahead. I'm going to
automatic
turn off this crazy beeper.
okay,
yeah,
it automatically turns into maggots, and that's the
yeah,
reason
but you know,
why
here's they jammed up
you
the farmers. They pretty much took over the farming.
yeah.
They got it to the point now that they want the farmers. They have to use their seeds that comes from the laboratory.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. And we don't know
So
what's
they
in those seeds.
yeah, and you know they
Uh-huh.
got the farmers in so much debt. You know what I mean? To where they couldn't even survive anymore. And
Yeah,
we're talking about farmers.
They've been attacking the farmers for the past 20 years.
Yes, they
That's
have.
the truth.
Yeah,
For the past
and
20
taking
years.
these people's farms. That's
Yeah,
what's happening.
you know,
So
and
that's
people,
why
you know, for
I tell
instance,
people all the time, stop eating so much fast food. Because that fast food gonna take you to an early
fast grade. Yep.
oh, I found
because
out
look,
about
you
what
gotta
the
cook.
processing. I found
Cook
about the
your
meat
food.
processing, and I haven't ate at fast food since, because they found human meat in them. And let me make something straight. People say, "Oh, well, I won't eat there no more. I'll eat over here." Guess
The
what? That
same
meat all
thing.
comes from the same place. They just
Same
distribute
thing.
it out and put different names on it.
Yeah.
It
That's
all
right.
comes from the same place.
Same
So
place.
if you think McD has a human meat problem, well, so does Burger King.
Yeah.
It does.
I've been off a meat really probably for almost about like 3 weeks now because I can't afford to buy it. So
Yeah.
that's
I
what's
went to
gonna
my
happen.
butcher.
If they try to turn
Oh,
everybody, if they try to turn everybody into vegetarians, vegetarians,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be hard to do because people can't afford
Nah.
to buy meat.
So can't. Not at these
And
I went
prices.
to the butcher. I don't go to the grocery store for that no more. I go to the butcher because I know it's done locally,
Yeah,
and you know they say there's nothing
yeah,
coarse about it, but then when they say that, there's no knowing that they're getting their feed or the grass has not been sprayed with something from the sky in these
Yeah.
jet streams. You
Yeah.
know, you really just don't
mhm,
know. But I figured out, okay, if I'm going to have me some hamburger meat, I better get it from the butcher. At least I can feel halfway safe.
Yeah. That's a
Yeah,
good thing.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But
I don't know what you're eating these
we're living
days. But one thing I do know, everything I cook it with structured water to help purify it.
yes, ma'am. I
And
love my structured water.
that structured water will definitely purify. It's gonna kill whatever parasites and
Yeah.
kill whatever residue from anything that's thing. And I always wash my fruit and vegetables, my lettuce and everything in structured water. I fill it up with a bowl, and then I peel my lettuce and I put it all in there and look, Jen, I be washing like we used to wash
Look it up.
clothes.
Thanks a lot.
I look forward to the day I can afford one to go into my water line, so I don't have to do that. I can just put it under the faucet.
I know what you're saying, but yeah, but having it, the little one beats not having it at all because I can tell the difference. I mean,
Oh yeah,
my body
Yeah.
heals faster. You know, when I do get sick or have to be hospitalized, the doctors be amazed at how long I mean, how fast I come out of it. Y'all know I have never had to go to no hospital and stay 2 weeks, like some people do
yeah.
with the same type of illnesses. Always home
Yeah.
about 3 or 4 days, you know. Basically because I mostly be dehydrated more than
That's
being
me.
sick, you know.
Yeah.
And
Since I started it, I haven't been dehydrated once since then, and that was
yeah, and
4 or 5 years ago.
yeah, and my skin, my hair, my nails, you know, natural. I hadn't been to. I had to stop going to a nail salon even before I started structured water.
Yeah.
But I never had my nails to grow so fast that I have to cut my nails because they get too long for the keyboard. Y'all see that? They too
Yeah.
long now.
Yeah.
I gotta
I see.
cut this one, gotta trim them down, you know, because I can be
Well, you
able
know,
to
I
type
figured
on
That's a
the
good
out.
keyboard.
thing, though. That's a
You
good
know, I
thing.
have
That's good. That's good healthy. And look at this healthy, beautiful skin. No
Yeah.
makeup. All I got
yeah.
is lipstick on. That's all I got.
Looks great.
No makeup.
Looks great.
I run this across my nose. Show it to y'all. Y'all don't see no powder. It's just all white tissue. Look at it.
All right.
Yeah.
Put it
All
up
right.
there like that. Like that.
Well,
Y'all don't see no
people
smudge.
All
people
right.
It's
don't
all
understand how that really
my
works,
natural
and
skin.
well, I can tell you how I can help your body because you know I'm a witness, you know, and here's my little
Mm-hmm.
testimony about it. Okay,
Okay.
this structured water unit, when you put your water through it, it's like Tanya says on the commercial is like going to the top of a mountain, running it down the rocks. But what she don't explain is that water and all other kinds of substances, when they're just without going through this, they have clusters of molecules.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. That process breaks them down to single molecules. And like for your intestines, okay, when you're eating and drinking, consuming food and water or drinks or something, if you don't run it through that, then you have clusters and you're missing out on the nutrients that your body really needs, because your intestines absorb the stuff as it exits your body. It's not all waste when it goes in. That the nutrients have to go somewhere, but if it doesn't have a single molecule to make it through that wall, that processed food is blocked up for you, then it's all going to waste. But with this water, it opens those cells to be able to absorb those single molecules. Right. And it's not a saving grace until you change your diet a little bit. On certain things you just can't change. The structure.
Yeah, because I don't drink sodas. I haven't drank since I've been drinking structured water. And I was a person that didn't like to drink water.
Girl. I sneak me a Coca-Cola here and there.
I drink ginger ale. I drink ginger ale. I drink ginger ale only. Ginger ale only.
Ginger ale.
I don't drink Pepsis and colas anymore, because those things, they blow you up. Everybody want to know, how are you so little? It's because the structured water helped to change my appetite to eat healthier. And the sodas will blow you up and make you fat. You don't need those sodas. You don't even have a lot of sweets. I don't have a cravings too much. I do get the cravings for I feel. Then it may be 2 or 3 months before I get the craving again. So that's a change
you grew up with.
But see,
that's habits you grew up with.
But that's a change. Also, that's a change. By the way, Jenny, but that's a change from when I was working. When I was working every day, when I had lunch, 5 days a week, I had to have dessert with my lunch. So for me, that is an enormous change. I might eat some sweets today. I might eat some tomorrow. Like for the last couple of days, I've had ice cream sandwiches. And after I finish this box of ice cream sandwiches, this is the first box I've had in 2 years. I haven't had a craving for no ice cream sandwich until this year. It's been at least 2 years.
That's good.
After I finish this ice cream sandwich, I probably won't have another craving for it. Who knows when?
That's good.
Forever.
Great job. Great job on that.
And in the wintertime, though, I like to cook up my sweet potato pies and keep them in my freezer. So that when I do want to taste for some sweet potato pie, I don't have to go in the kitchen and whip it up. But most times I can't keep them because I end up giving them away. Everybody want one of Mama's sweet potato, Big Mama Pearl's sweet potato pies.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. There's a lot of dishes everybody's wanting, and I'm like, okay, I need to say something for myself. But everybody cheats on stuff like that. But guess what? I have some good news.
Okay,
it's my good news, but I'd like to share it.
Come on.
Without trying, and I cut one thing down to only one item. I've lost 24 pounds in the last 2 months without trying.
That's good.
Yes.
You want to know what I did?
Good job. Structured water.
You want to know what I did?
What you did?
Anyway, what you did?
The one single thing that I stopped doing was heating my plates up in the microwave.
Oh,
really?
Really?
Well, I do that, but I'm still little.
I'm supposed to be as little as you are, but medicine did this to me.
But everybody's body chemistry is different.
It is.
What works for me may not work for somebody else. And what works for Jen may not work for me, you know.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you though, a
I'll say,
microwave
yay,
will actually,
congratulations.
All
yeah,
right,
well, a
Paul.
microwave will actually scramble the nutrients to where your body doesn't know what it is when it goes into you. And that's why people gain weight when they eat microwave food, is because the body don't know what to do with it, so it stores it away instead of expelling it.
But not for
Okay?
everybody, because I know some people that don't use microwave and they're still way overweight. So
Well,
that's why I say
you
everybody's
gotta
body
worry about your
chemistry is
diet. I
different.
mean, you gotta
Everybody's
worry
body
about what
chemistry
you're
is different.
eating. You know,
Hmm.
what you're eating and how
But
much you're eating. You gotta worry about that
I
too.
know people that claim that they watch what they eat, but they still remain the same big person, and they don't use the microwave. You know, that's why I
Well,
say
some people
it's
just need
going
to
to be
be
a
big.
case by case. It's going to be a case by case basis, and
That's
then
true.
Yeah.
a lot of it is hereditary. People don't realize that. And see, my mother weighed 250 pounds for the most of the time that I knew her until she got sickly.
Yeah,
And Tim can tell you that that was his grandmother. My
yeah.
son takes that weight after his grandmother. And I would have been headed there. But when I got to 170 pounds, I told myself, no, I'm not going any further.
Yeah,
And
yeah, because mm,
I prayed for my weight to come off my body without me, because I'm not able to exercise. Jenny, you know, I have arthritis like Fred Sanford and tight
yeah,
joints, knee can't bend down, and all that kind of stuff. Back problem. There was no
yeah,
way for me to exercise, so I had to pray it off. I had to pray my weight off.
yeah, yeah. I
And
got
Yeah.
people
all the
don't
way up to
believe that, but
250.
you can pray your weight off. You really can.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
God say
and
for
I
whatever you
think that
want
has a
for,
lot to
all
do
you have
with
to
it
do is
too.
ask. He say, whatever
I
you
told
want,
somebody.
ask in my name and it shall be given. And
well,
so,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, if you got faith,
Yeah,
you got to
Well,
pray that. You can pray your
I'm a
weight off.
witness on. I'm a witness on that because I got all the way up to 250 pounds, and I had never in my life gained that much weight. But I tell you how I gained. I was eating probably 3 times a day almost. Sodas
yeah.
and junk food was my main thing. Soda and junk food. And what took the weight off was I was diagnosed with diabetes. And so now I have to pay attention to what I eat and what I put in my
Mm.
system because now
Hmm.
it's really you are what you eat. You know what I
And
mean?
that's because he wouldn't listen to his mama.
Uh, yeah, I was out there.
I just was telling they boy would go into I would be like if I would be riding along with him sometimes, Jenny, and he would go help me with my groceries, you know, or I have to, when he didn't have his car, I have to take him to the grocery store. The whole top part of his cart would be full of sweets. What is that woman's name? Miss Jenny, Miss Winters, what is it? Miss Debbie, Little Debbie's.
Little
Little Debbie, the
Debbie's.
Little
whole
Debbie.
thing, the whole top part of his car would be filled with Little Debbie's. I'd be like, boy, what in the world?
Yeah, I
And
had it bad. I
I
had
say,
it
Well,
and I
bad.
used to tell him, I go,
Most
Tim,
definitely.
I used to tell him, Tim, that's just too much sweet. And candy. I used to work for Hershey, and that boy used to be knocking on my
Yeah.
door every week. Mom, did you have any Hershey?
Yeah, she had some of the biggest Hershey bars I ever seen.
I was like, man,
I've had some of
please.
You
those.
had some of those? Yeah,
But
so
you
you
know
know what
what?
I'm talking
The
about.
thing about it, and then,
Oh yes, sir.
Yeah.
people used to ask me all the time, how in the world can you sell that can and keep that can? Because I would have to deliver cases and boxes of candy to stores, especially new things that come out, and I'd have to drive around my car. I had to have in the summertime I had to have those big old, what do you call those uh, football things, coolers, those big coolers
Uh-huh.
with ice in it to sit the cartons of candy down in it so it wouldn't melt.
Yeah,
But
Uh-huh.
yeah.
you know what? I never wanted any of that candy. Every now
Yeah.
and then, I might take a bite of Hershey plain or Hershey almond. But other than that, I didn't eat the candy. It never tempted me at all. It really didn't. And I did that as a merchandiser. I did that as a merchandiser. You did. As a merchandiser for Hershey, though, I guess that's why I could do it for 5 years.
Who said that?
You gain weight just talking about chocolate.
That's funny.
Paul
Not me.
You gain weight just talking about chocolate.
Not me, Paul. But but there was some other ladies, a couple of ladies that was older than me, that had been doing that for 20 years. Now, they were a little bigger, on the little heavier side.
Candy, probably.
Probably not. It could have been hereditary, but. And then we had one that was so tiny. I don't even see how she would be able to lift the candy when she had to go into the stores, because we had to set up displays and do a lot of bending and stuff. And Jenny, I didn't lose my mobility really until toward the end. That's why I had to leave Hershey's. I began to lose my mobility. That's when I began to have the epilepsy and lupus attacks and the chronic pain, and I had to leave. Other than that, I probably would still been working for them now. But yeah, I wasn't able to do the work anymore, and so then that's when I had to find me something working from home.
Yeah.
So now I've been working from home for the past 9 years, seasonal jobs only in the spring, over the spring of the year each year.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I had my own business, Seeing Stars and Sugar Clouds, and Seeing Stars was my photography, and Sugar Clouds was cotton candy. I made cotton candy. Had 3 industrial size machines, but I got to where I couldn't do the process of it, and carrying the camera actually hurts me. A little bit. I can't carry a gallon of milk through the grocery store. I can't walk from one room to the other without worrying about it if the pain's going to bring me to my knees.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a
healthy person. I'm just a broken body.
3 months. What was it? I had to go now when that real bad attack of pain came down my leg and my hip. I had to go to the hospital, emergency room, and they said it was just for my back pain. But come to find out, when I finally got to see my rheumatologist, it's a combination of my lupus and fibromyalgia. And
that's kicking my ass right now. Let me tell you what.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I've been suffering with that.
But I got my rheumatologist. Now she put me on Lyrica. And
get off
it
of
works
that,
for me,
honey. When you start falling for no reason, let me tell you, it's the Lyrica.
It makes you dizzy.
I did. No, it don't make you dizzy.
Some medicine to
no, I'm talking about for some reason you'll fall without even getting dizzy. For some reason, I kept falling for no reason. I even ended up upside down, showing my everything beside the steps at my best friend's house, because all I did was look down, and then when I looked down, my whole body just went plump right into a hole. I was stuck there. And I couldn't figure out why in the world I was falling. I was not getting dizzy. I was not losing my equilibrium and stuff like that. It was just out of the blue, I was falling. The minute I stopped,
I've been on it for 3 months now, and I'm able to move, walk, bend.
Took it a minute to get there, but that will happen because it happened to Tony, and it's happening to a friend of mine.
Now, number one, I'm African American, you Caucasian. So the same type of way makeup that your body has,
Brenda's African American. She's falling too.
Who?
My friend Brenda is. Yes, and she's falling too. And she's been on it for like 9 months, and she said, I remember you falling off them steps. What caused that? And I said, I never figured it out, but when I stopped Lyrica, I stopped falling.
Well, so what do you take for your pain? Nothing.
Well, they started me on gabapentin, which people don't understand. Gabapentin and Lyrica are the same thing. It's just Lyrica is
No,
a
they're not.
brand name.
No, they're
No,
Yes,
not.
they
I've been
are.
on
Because I was
gabapentin
on.
now for 9
Uh-uh.
years.
Yeah.
I was on gabapentin for 8 years, and that's why my rheumatologist took me off of gabapentin
Well, my
because
friend Tony,
gabapentin was not doing anything but aggravating my condition.
Yeah,
my friend Tony
yeah.
started falling,
So that's
and
how I know they're two different. I'm talking from personal experiences. That's how I
yeah,
know they're
well,
two different kinds of medicine because I was on gabapentin for the past well, not 8, but 7 or 6 years. And
it's the same stuff, but
at
not the
first it
same dose.
helped.
It's the
It's not
same
the
stuff,
same.
but not the.
It's not the same stuff because
It's the
Lyrica
different
is
doses
also.
of the same stuff.
Will you let me finish? Because Lyrica also is prescribed for people who have an epilepsy. You don't have epilepsy. Maybe that's why you couldn't take it. I have epilepsy. It's also used as for a prescription for people who have epilepsy. So you might have been on the wrong medicine in the first place. You probably never should have been on it. Because
Okay,
if you're not epileptic and you're not already taking epilepsy medicine like me, I have a regular epilepsy medicine, but Lyrica is what they call an add-on for pain for epileptics. So you probably never should have been on that in the first place.
I,
Know why she was
I'm
falling.
sorry.
And I would go out for a good
No, you
dose.
don't understand. I'm the type of person that researches this stuff, and it is the same thing at a different dosage, and Lyrica adds something else to it.
Lyrica
I've
comes
had
in 4
seizures.
different
They thought
dosages.
I had
What
they
doses was
thought
you
I
on?
had epilepsy. They
What?
thought I had epilepsy at one time in my life. I have had major seizures. I had one driving a cab in Charlotte. Okay, grandma seizure screwed up my life.
It might
But
not have
they
been an
started me on the
epilepsy.
gabapentin. They started me on the gabapentin, and then my insurance decided, no, we're going to go to the brand name. So they gave me the Lyrica. They changed me up all of a sudden. But see, Tony was taking the gabapentin. Brenda was taking the Lyrica. They're both falling. And I told him, I said, I gave him my experience. I gave him my testimony. I'm not a doctor. Y'all understand this. But I do have a very analytical, intelligent mind to where I don't just say, oh, I didn't like the way that treated me, so I'm going to stop it. I find out why I need to stop it. I go in and look to see why should I stop doing this. Okay.
Because our Pearl's politics is fun. Let me just ask you this question, Anna.
Okay.
Is that the doctor that kicked you out of so you couldn't come back?
No.
Oh
She
boy.
said doctor kicked her out of the office and told her she couldn't come back.
What?
Well, I called them out on their shit.
I've never heard that in 51 years.
I called them out on their shit. They wanted to treat me as their lab rat, like most of them do these days, and I called them out, and they said, "You need to leave." Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not going to be anybody's lab rat. I'm my own scientist, and I know my body. Everybody's kid knows their own body.
You didn't just use a bad word, did you? Not on the show.
I don't know if I did or not, honey. Y'all just listen.
You gotta slow down on slow your roll, because we don't do cursing on the show. Okay.
I said CRAP. Is that what you're talking about?
I thought we heard SHI.
Oh, okay. I thought I said the CRAP. Sorry, excuse me, y'all. I've been trying to watch that.
Yeah, see, old habits die hard. That's why I don't curse. I do not curse.
Yeah.
I taught Tim that. I tried to keep him when he was in Navy, so he couldn't help from being around them guys. You know, them guys started him to cursing. Then when he got out of Navy, he come home cursing. I was like, man, what is this? Don't you be talking like that up in this house? No, Lordy.
Yeah, that's just sailor talk. But hey, check this out, y'all. I want y'all to check this out. This is Scorpio's daughter had her diary stolen. And the two people, they admitted to stealing her diary.
Some of her friends.
I don't know. It didn't say about friend. It just
How
said
old is she?
You
What's
want
she
to know
doing
why?
with diary?
I
How
don't
old is
know.
she?
But you can only imagine what she had in there.
They admitted it, so it verified that they did steal it from her. They didn't
Yeah.
make it up and steal it from somebody else. So they admitted stealing it from her, so they would know that it was a valid product. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mm.
yeah.
I've never
Well,
heard that one
so,
before. A
well,
diary being
so
stolen.
I never either.
Well,
Depending on how
the
old she
stuff,
is, maybe it
that
was a
stuff,
journal. Maybe it was a journal, because
yeah, it
most of
was.
the adults have journals.
It was. But what the deal is that y'all have heard about the laptop from you know where. Well, that's the same instance there. Her journal is the journal from you know where. It tells
Oh,
all the
really?
little clues about what's been going on in the Scorpio's dynasty. We can say
Oh,
because it's
Paul,
okay.
yeah.
Paul says that he was in the hospital and they wanted to told him he had to wear a mask or leave one time. That was during the lockdown, I suppose, right, Paul? And he said that he was in a waiting room for 11 hours. Yeah, I know. And my last experience in the emergency room at Methodist put me out with them because I was in there for like
Horrible.
36 hours. I would not go back. Baptist Hospital here in Memphis got the national award over Methodist. Now, I had never experienced it, but I had heard that they also had long waits at their emergency room. But apparently, they must not have been as long as Methodist because
Nah.
Baptist was the one that got the award. So,
Nobody's long as Methodist.
Well,
yeah.
let's talk about something else. Paul saying that reminded me of something. I had a friend send me something the other day. She's in North Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Up by Paul, the Paul that we know from Civil. But she sent me this article, and it talked about euthanasia. You know, when they put animals down, what they call
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
euthanizing,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
Canada just passed. No, I don't know how long it's been, but they passed a law to where they can do it to humans, and they're doing it.
Say
It's like
what?
Canada.
And I didn't just go by her article. I went on my truth page and asked. I said, "All right, Canadians, please tell me this ain't true." And
Uh-huh.
it's true. And the article that I
Euthanasia?
received said 1,000, and then two of the girls on my page said no, it's 10,000 this month.
Why are they putting them down?
For any reason they want. If the older, let's say somebody gets elderly and they're unable to walk or something, they have to have a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they can just legally put them down because they consider them useless.
What?
Okay, it don't matter if their grandma waiting on the grandkids to watch the grandkids after they get out of school or something. If the government decides they're useless, then they're done.
So,
That's
Paul, we
crazy.
have a Canadian in the house. So let me ask Paul this.
Right.
Paul is in Canada. Paul, let me ask you this. Are you guys up there? Is your country a democracy or what is it? Type that in for us, because if your country is a democracy, then that is against the law, and y'all should have some type of constitutional bill of rights that would not prevent them to do this. So could
they
you
go
type
under
that in?
Parliament. They go
Type
under
that in for
Parliament.
us, Paul.
It's hard for him to type all the stuff in, but
I
they
know.
go
Just
under
take your time, Paul. But I
the
want to know:
ground.
is Canada a democracy? I mean, I can Google it, but since we have a Canadian right here, but let's get it from the horse's mouth. I want to know if your country is a democracy or not. And take your time typing it. So, meanwhile, we'll take a break and let Paul go ahead and type that. I'm gonna get me some structured water right here.
All right, all right.
And y'all stick and stay. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
All right.
Start this year with a beautiful smile. Do you cover your mouth with your hand to talk? Do you look down or up in order to smile? If you answer yes, then you need to see Dr. Corey. 901-300-4800. Remember, a smile is the prettiest thing you'll ever wear. So invest in yourself today. Call Dr. Corey now. 901-300-4800. Dental Expressions PLLC, 3704 Summer Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, 38122. 901-300-4800. Dental Expression, a proud sponsor of the Emily Purple Show. All right, we are back. So Paul answered our question. He says that it's supposed to be a democracy, but it's more like a Nazi run.
Wow.
He also says that in the past couple of months, 28 doctors have suddenly died, all 4 vaccinated. They were forced to take, mostly in Ontario, but a few across Canada. He says also on that most of the doctors were young. The oldest was in their 50s. Well, you know, at the very end, it did come out that these would be some life extending repercussions from that vaccine, like lung disease, COPD, asthma, joint pain. Those are the ones that I knew about. Jenny, are there any more? They say it. I think digestive problems
sudden
too.
heart attacks, sudden strokes, and we're talking about the major ones that put you down instantly. I told you about a month ago about me losing 2 dear friends. Well, I just found out this morning we lost a dear friend of mine lost his son. The man just survived cancer about 6 to 8 months ago. And then all of a sudden, because he did that, he dropped dead of a massive heart attack. He turned 55 on July 20th. He turned 55, and 8 days later, he died.
Oh my goodness! Sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear that. The loss of your friend.
He's a cancer survivor. And it's happening everywhere. You're not hearing it on mainstream media because they're not going to tell you. But us in the
they won't tell you that. They don't want to tell you that. And Paul says, and guess what? He said they are not telling the true amount of them and trying to keep it quiet. Well, yeah. I'm pretty sure that that's happening all over the world. Anybody that took those vaccinations, because they did say at the very end after people had taken it.
Yeah,
that was gonna be some repercussions,
Well, I've taken it and my joint pain has got worse.
What happened, baby? Wait a minute.
I said I've taken it and my joint pain got worse as well as chronic back.
Yeah, and I tried. He wouldn't listen to Mama again.
Well,
see,
I
he
was
was
just
used.
diagnosed, and so that's
Like
what
your
gave me
doctor
the
said
decision
that, yeah,
to
because
take.
you was a diabetic to take it. But see,
Yeah.
that's you have to know your body, and I know you don't know your body now because you're a new diabetic. But don't ever let the doctors influence your decision. Just telling you just because you're a new diabetic or just because you're a diabetic that you this would be good for you. But mommy told you no. Well, that's your decision. But if I were you, I would.
Yeah, like I've
But
been
he was
taking
used to taking.
I've been
You used
taking
to taking
shots ever
vaccinations
since I've been
in
taking
the
shots
Navy.
ever since I started in the Navy. I've had a
I
flu
know.
shot every year, even up to this point.
I
Here's
know.
the thing about it. Do we know what's in it? Nah, we don't know what's in it. But do we know what's in the aspirin? Well, we take them. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I know what's in an aspirin vinegar. If you put
That's
one
what's
up to your nose,
supposed to
that's how
be in
you
there.
gonna smell vinegar. That's how you gonna
Yeah.
smell vinegar.
So
And see,
so
my granddaddy and Aunt Laura and them, they used to take you see, remember seeing them old ladies around their legs? They used to
yeah.
put vinegar on it. That vinegar pull out fever. And
Mhm.
that's what aspirin does. Aspirin pull out
And
fever out your body.
Mm.
bleach on the bottom of your feet. My great grandma used to teach me that. You wipe your feet
Yeah.
down with bleach or alcohol, either one. And if you got a
Either
high
one.
fever, and it'll drain it right out of you.
Drain it right out
I'm
of you.
proof of that.
So
I'm proof of
I
that.
know what's an aspirin. Yeah. And but take aspirin, put up in your nose. You're gonna smell vinegar. But I've not even seen a COVID vaccine, and I don't even want to smell a COVID vaccine.
Well,
I
a couple
I
of
know
weeks
my
ago,
body.
I was hit
I'm
with the news
allergic
that
to too many things. My body's too sensitive. And because I had all these, I'm an epileptic, prone to seizures, and I did not know whether or not anything in there could be allergic to. I'm allergic to the dye that they use to give people
Yeah, my
tests,
eyes.
which in the hospital. I
Yeah.
can't. Yeah,
me
when
too.
I have an MRI down, they cannot use that dye on me. They
Yeah.
have to
Me either. They
give
had to
me.
use a saline station.
I think it's called, is it transine? They have to give me dosages of IVs of transine to count. It's Benadryl. They have to give me doses of IVs of Benadryl
Yeah,
before
I
I go and
remember.
take that test. Remember that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
They
So
replace
I
it
mean,
for me. They replace it with something else that's more of a saline solution with a
Advil,
little boost.
the brown
No, they
color,
get
the dye,
they
the
they won't.
dye that's on Advil. I'm allergic to that dye. I can't. So I'm
Yeah, I
allergic to so many things that I wasn't finna risk by taking a COVID shot. Just wasn't.
yeah. If I go swimming in salt water and a jellyfish stings me, I'm a goner. They won't. I won't even make it out of the water.
But I'm
I'm
allergic to
allergic to all
shellfish.
that
Period.
dye stuff.
Yeah,
No, I
dye
love
has shell.
shellfish.
No, I can't eat
I love
shellfish. I'm
shellfish,
surprised that you can eat
but
shellfish and you're allergic to the dye.
well,
Because
you
normally
remember
when you're allergic to shellfish, you can't use that dye.
yeah.
And I'm allergic
Well,
to shellfish, so that's why I can't. They can't use
I
that
know
dye.
that I've learned over the years how to figure out where my limit is because I can have a little shellfish, but when we went to the boats for my birthday, I had
Uh-huh.
my first lobster, and I got the dye of that lobster on my hands, and
Uh-huh.
my vision started getting distorted. So I, washed my hands real quick. I had one bite of it and knew that I can't do that no more. So I
Oh,
had to
okay.
stop. But I actually sat there and ate the crab legs because the crab
Mhm.
legs are, they have the iodine in them, but it's not as potent. So, but I do know what
Welcome,
my limit is. I
welcome,
have a limit.
Annie. Is it Amy?
Amy,
Amy?
Amy.
Amy Winger from Montreal, Canada.
Hey,
Oh,
Welcome.
Amy.
hi, Amy.
Thank you so much for joining us. I've been showing comments, and thank you so much. I'm so glad that you joined us. We're So happy to have you.
Yes.
Now, Paul, what are you saying funny? Paul says, I have a snake near me. I almost have a heart attack.
All right, Paul. All right.
Paul, are you outside? Are you outside? Are you outside? I hope you're not talking about inside your house because I don't even want to think about it. Oh, you remember I hurt. Oh, God. I don't want to even think about being in my house, Paul. Oh, you know, I hurt just now. That got me looking around. Come on, Paul.
Right.
Y'all need to
Please tell me.
understand, snakes are just as
Please,
scary as you are them.
please,
They usually want to go in the other direction.
please tell me you are outside, Paul. Please tell me you're outside. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. Now, I tell you what I did see in my house. I saw a Geico, and I could stand them little things. Yeah. And I was like, okay, if it's a small Geico,
Are
it's a
they
big one
even in
somewhere.
Memphis? They in
Yeah, they
Memphis?
in Memphis. They be up under your houses, you know, and I have a underpin. My house is
Yeah.
open up under
Yeah.
underneath, and yeah, they be in damn places like when it rain up underneath your house, and they'll find a
Okay.
little tiny crack I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been one in here, and Precious been chased through the house.
Sound like a war going on, huh?
she can't catch it, and I can't catch it either. But I told her, look, as long as you stay out of my sight, I'm okay. And as long as you
Yeah.
don't try to come up in the bed with me when I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
I talked to it. I said, don't come up in my bed when I'm sleeping now. You can make sure you keep your little butt on the floor. But I don't like creepy crawlers at
Yeah.
all.
Paul say snakes. Paul say he hates snakes
Me
regardless
too,
of the
Paul.
size or nasty
Me
creatures.
too. Me too.
Me three.
But you know,
That's three.
but you know what's so odd, you guys? The symbol for medicine is a snake wrapped around a pole.
Yeah.
The
I
medical
know
symbol.
that. Yeah.
Why do y'all think that is?
Because Satan started that crap.
Paul said,
Yep.
remember that one in the Garden of Eden?
Jenny said, Jenny, can you prove it?
Can I prove it?
Yeah.
Well, you know, I can't do it on here without us getting cut right now instead of later. But yeah, there's all kinds of evidence.
This goes back from thousands of years.
Okay,
this is not nothing that happened in our modern time.
You know, you mentioned the book of Enoch before. Mm-hmm. Remember?
Enoch, book of Enoch.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, now there's I actually shared it on the Truth page the other day. I got a hold of a video that shows that all the places that the Bible are talking about, you know, in Egypt and Israel, you know, the Middle East, all that stuff, it was stolen from South Africa and made us believe it happened in the Middle East, not South Africa. And there's proof of it by old maps.
Yeah,
I knew that.
Yeah, okay.
I knew that.
Well, they keep hiding this stuff, and they're hiding a lot more. And the true story about the Garden of Eden is also in that. Okay?
Yeah. Book of Enoch and the Book of Mormons are two good books that people need to read. If you
talk about biting an apple. Okay, that biting an apple is synonym for what really happened. Put it that way.
SEX?
Yeah, with Satan.
Yeah, that's true. Because not only that,
okay.
the other creatures that were free and that were called beautiful would scare us to death if we saw the heavenly creatures because they look like aliens and monsters. That was the true form. That's the way they looked. And it wasn't until man began to develop from the ape, which was as time changed after the destruction of the dinosaurs, that man became to come into the man two-legged form. You know, but all of other creatures that God made were four-legged creatures. And if we were to, and some of the angels, even if we were to see them, everybody want to think an angel is beautiful. An angel is beautiful. An angel is not necessarily beautiful. Because if you look at the universe, if you see, like, since now in modern times, we got NASA, we can see what the universe looks out there. You know how some of it looks dark and scary, and some of it does look pretty. Well, the sky's universe, when he made that, imagine that. He made creatures that look dark and scary too. And some of them, none of them were beautiful. They were aliens. They was aliens because they talk about that in the book of Deuteronomy, but where the aliens came down and began mating with the ape. You see what I'm saying? And these became
also like the flood, Noah and the ark. All those animals. It names a lot of them, right? But there's only one place on Earth that had all of those animals: South Africa.
That's right. That's right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
Those animals didn't exist all over the world. They existed in South Africa.
Yeah, I saw he said his ex-wife was a snake.
Snake in the grass.
Oh, look out.
I bet that's a long story.
That's a song. They made a song about it, right? They made a song. You wrote a song about that, right, Paul? Y'all, look, we got away from politics tonight, but it was a good show.
Yes,
I kind of liked it, that diversion. You know what I'm saying?
Nice
we usually don't divert like this, but there must have been something that God wanted us to say something to somebody.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right? All of this is part of the politics, because the way evildoers have screwed with the DNA of society for thousands of years, and all of that is involved. Everything we talked about tonight is all part of their master plan to kill off 90% of the planet so they can have it all to themselves and have slaves to run it.
Oh, my second son was watching. He didn't come in, but he said, "Yes, indeed, a great show." DJ One Nation.
All right.
Yes, the nation. Listen, yeah, but you're right, Jan. It's man has always wanted to be the boss of things, and man is not the boss of things. God is the boss of things. And if he was to say, it's some men and some people, they can look right up at the sky, and they will tell you that the sky is not blue. And and some people are colorblind physically. They are physically colorblind, so they're colorblind in their minds. I mean, you got people that's just colorblind in their minds, but they can really see true colors with their eyes. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But they are colorblind in their eyes,
right?
And that's by choice. That's by choice. Yep. That's a learned behavior.
Yeah,
that is not a nature behavior.
Yeah,
they're colorblind in their eyes.
Yeah. Now they born with this and born with that. No, you were taught that. You just don't remember being taught that. It's the crap that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
It was all designed by evildoers. It was all designed by evildoers.
When we come back next week, we're gonna talk about double standards. We're gonna talk about how they treat the difference between how the FBI, the DOJ is treating one side as to how they treated the other side in the past. All right. So y'all do your research.
I got plenty to say about that.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. So we will get code names for the laptop and the guy that owned the laptop. I'll tell y'all the code names. Okay.
Okay.
Look, that Paul is Southern Elf. Paul said, "I'm partly colorblind, yet I know the sky is blue."
There we go.
Okay.
We'll call the laptop guy sleep.
In that case, I'll give you a B+. Because at least you're not totally blind, right?
I know, right?
You got your mind, and that philosophy, that free thought is a philosophy. Paul knows that, and Paul knows that free thought is not a policy. That can't nobody put a policy on your thinking, right, Paul? And that's what we teach our audience. Think your thoughts. Let your mind work. Don't let nobody brainwash your mind. You use your own mind. God gave it to you to use for your benefit, not for nobody else's. All right.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
don't be brainwashed by nobody. Because when you brainwash, you want to benefit that benefit yourself. All right.
True.
And that's
True that.
my closing remarks. Tim, your
Okay.
closing remarks.
Oh man, another beautiful show. A lot of information, a lot of laughter, a lot of love. I can't wait to do it again. With that, I just like to wish everybody love, peace, and happiness, and be safe out there.
That's right. Jen, to you.
Ditto on both Tim and Emily. And y'all just remember common sense, your faith, and a little bit of sense of humor, and you'll make it through this.
That's right. I agree.
God
I
bless
That's my
agree.
everybody.
time, y'all. Don't forget, tomorrow night is the Family Pearl Show. I'm gonna have a special guest, a young man that Elaine Presley um, referred to be on our show. Elaine
Okay.
Elizabeth Presley from Graceland. So we want to be here to greet him in full force. So I have
Absolutely.
saw on my page, but I will
Okay.
start sharing it first thing in the morning. And if y'all could get around and post it to as many places as y'all want to, because we want to give him a grand old welcome. Because who knows, Elaine Elizabeth Presley just might pop in the studio herself. We don't never know when she or Kathy, her manager, might pop in. So
Yeah.
we want to have a full crowd. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys. And then for you politics Thunderbirds out there, we'll see y'all again on next Thursday night. What's the word? Thunderbirds. Let's get
All
it
right.
together
All
for
right.
next
All right.
Thursday. All right. Bye bye. Good
Bye
night.
bye.